It's Chinese rose and charcoal in color, a 1956 Dodge Suburban station wagon owned by Joe D'Amico of Litchfield. He bought the Suburban in 1993 from the daughter of the original owner.
She was quite elderly and could not drive the car. Had been in storage for many, many years.
A lifelong fan of Chrysler products who restores old cars and boats, D'Amico had an edge when trying to buy the car.
When I explained to her I was looking for a stablemate for a 1955 DeSoto and showed her pictures of the DeSoto, she thought that would be absolutely the future for the Dodge. So I was able to purchase it and pumped the brakes enough to get it home from Granby and brought it here. It's been in my possession ever since.
It didn't take much to get the Suburban running, though it had been sitting for many, many years.
Changed the fluids, put a fresh battery in it, put enough brake fluid in there, and just got enough pedal to basically get it home between the emergency brake and the little bit of brake that I had.
Yes, it was a risky drive with faulty brakes.
The woman was well aware that there were no brakes. She actually had the car flatbedded to a garage where they gave her an incredibly high price to replace the entire brake system. She, being elderly, couldn't afford to do that, so she decided she would probably sell the car.
It was at the repair shop that D'Amico actually spotted it.
Drove past it probably a half a dozen times before I realized, wait, that's a two-door. I had never seen a two-door. I've never seen one since. I did some research, found out that there were, I think it was about 1,800 of them only ever produced, and I couldn't locate any others in North America at the time. So I kind of knew we had a pretty rare car here, and that's why I purchased it.
It may have been 37 years old when D'Amico got it, but it was in good shape and still is, with only 57,000 miles on the odometer.
Everything's original. Everything. There's not a thing that's been changed with the exception of the front seat. That absolutely is the original paint. That's why you see the dents, the chips. You see it all, the good, bad, and ugly.
The 1956 Dodge is very much of its era. It's powered by a 315 cubic inch, 218 horsepower Super Red Ram V8 engine. And it has a 2-speed push-button PowerFlight automatic transmission. Being a station wagon from the 1950s, it has a tailgate in the rear. There is a reason why the mileage on the Dodge is so low.
When the original owner purchased the car in 1955, he purchased it for his wife. His wife only drove the car very little, and of course they had it garaged, before she got sick and she couldn't drive the car anymore. She died shortly thereafter, and the old man didn't have the heart to sell the car. The daughter and her husband would use the car occasionally just to keep it running.
And D'Amico has done likewise, driven it just enough, such as to car shows, to keep it roadworthy. He marvels at its condition.
And there's not one speck of rust in that car underneath anywhere.
That's Ride Connecticut. I'm Bud Wilkinson, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to Ride Connecticut's YouTube channel.